Hi guys, it's Mary, and today we're going to do an eyeshadow look with this modern renaissance. I know everybody's doing it, but there's a reason. It's fabulous, and look at the colors I have on today. Now you know, everybody wants to go for Love Letter, Venetian Red, because there's not a dud in this palette. Oh, but, since everybody's doing that, I think I'll go for orange. How about that? Okay, so we're going to do a full get ready with me. And so that means part of it will be sped up and to music, because otherwise we would be here an entire hour. But for the eye part, I will probably go slower and let you see. Okay, how's that? Let's get going. I was asked by a couple of people now, and it's a really good question, and I guess it's something that we never really talk about because we just assume everyone knows. Okay, so that would be, how do I know what goes where? Okay, now, I am not a makeup artist. Some makeup artists may tell you something totally different, but what I do is, I look at the palette, okay, and I'm like, okay, so basically, because I'm older, if you're younger, you can get by with doing a few more things, okay? But as an older woman, I'm always going to go into the crease with a matte, okay? Sometimes I'll do a total matte look, okay? Shimmers go on my eyelid. You want something like a brown or a taupe or some kind of a matte shade that will go into the crease to define it. And I choose a shade that is usually a matte, like a Wet n Wild Brulee or something like that type of a shadow to go all over my lid. Now, what you saw me do was put an eye primer on. The eye primer makes the colors stick more, hopefully not crease on your eyelids, and it will also make the shadows pop a little more. So the first thing that I would be inclined to do is come into this shade here, which is a matte. I'm just taking this, it's just a big old Chikuhodo brush because I'm going all over my lid with it. And I'm going to lay down a shadow that's like that color, a matte, okay? And I'm going to do that because that will make everything that follows blend a little easier. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to take that thing, and this brush is big, so it just lays it down really fast. Dip it in a couple times. This palette is extremely pigmented, and I love that about that palette. I think it's what makes it so special, is that there's not a shade in here that you need to really work with or say, wow, that's a dud. It needs some help. And by help, I mean NYX Milk Base or Fix Plus to get it wet so that it shows up. So as you can see now by looking, I now have a shade down that is, it's whitish. It's matte, and it's going to help all the other shadows glide on top. What you would want to do next is go for some kind of a fluffy brush. So some kind of a fluffy blending brush. Let's do this one here. This here is just a Beauty Junkies crease blending brush. It's going to do absolutely fine. Look at the colors that you are wearing. Okay, this is what I do. I'm looking at these and I'm seeing what? Dark browns, oranges, anything in this palette's going to work here. So what I like to do now is go into the crease. Okay, so I'm going to go into the crease. Now I have a wide selection of things I can do. This is a matte. So we got some satins. I'm not going to take a satin into my crease. So, a good thing if you've never used one of these palettes before is just to come in here and see, what does it look like? Okay, so that's what that color looks like. That'll go good. What about this one? Hey, that'll go good too. What about this one here? This is called, I don't know, warm taupe. Warm taupe's gonna look good too. Okay, I think I will go for warm taupe. Now, you know, if you'd have asked me when just looking at that pan, I would have said warm taupe looks to be the it's the underdog. I don't want to go for it. But in reality, it's the one I'm going to go for. So I'm just going to tap. Depending on what palette you're using, depends on how aggressively you need to go in here. Okay, this is a very, very pigmented palette. So I don't need to go in here too strong. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to come straight into my crease. All right, this is a matte shade. So I'm going to take a dark brown color-ish, not dark, but a matte darker brown, and come in here to sink back my eye. All right, so here I can see. Now ideally you want to be looking straight onto the mirror, so I'll be doing this from time to time because my mirror is down here and I'm looking down, and I need to come up just a little bit above my crease because I don't have hooded eyes, but they're getting there. Age is dropping them. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look straight ahead and I'm going to draw across. Okay, so you see how I've done that. All right, so then now on your mobile lid then, which is this part right here, that's where any woman pretty much can get away with shimmer. Okay, so if you want, go for a shimmer there. You can also just lay down matte. And then above, you're going to go lighter under your eyebrow. So you can see that because of my crease and where I left off, it is lighter up there already. But it's also got a stark line from where I put this in. And I can just keep blending this out if I want to, up there to where it's not a harsh line anymore. I'm going to tap into this color up here. I'm really going to get bold. This is a darker brown. And I'm just going to tap in there. Trust me, it doesn't take much. And deepen it a little bit. Now notice how much that deepened that. That is one dark shade. And you got to be careful with it. All right. So I've deepened it up in my crease now. A different color. So I'm just going to wipe that off in here. And I'm going to go back with the one that I hit when I first started. Okay? And come on top of this now and blend the two together. So I'm transitioning these two together. See? Back and forth. What I want to do now is take a shader brush. Now, a shader brush is going to be something like this. It's flat. Okay? It'll let me pack color down on my lid. This is called red ochre. All right? So I'm just going to tap down. Woo! Look at that. I didn't need to do much with that. And I'm going to pack that right here on my lid. And I just went all over my eyelid. Woo! That looks dark, don't it? So now I have a line from where I dropped off here with this dark color and the brown. So what would we do? We would take a clean brush, which I'm just going to wipe this off, but you can grab another one if you want. And I'm going to work this back and forth until I've softened the line between the two. I want to brighten up my inner corner. And I'm going to darken out my outer corner here a little bit. And I'm going to take a different shade to do it. It's an orange. And this brush is like a pointy brush. See? And now I'm going to work this outer corner. I'm going to pop this orange down here. On the outside corner. That'll darken it up a little bit. And then I'm going to take and come under this part of under my eye with it. Same color. All right, so what I've done is I've created a V with the upper and the lower right there with that orange color. And I'm just drawing a circle and working it on the outside of my eye. Okay. All right. Now that looks scary, but it won't once we get our eyeliner and our mascara and the rest of it, and it totally matches my outfit. But you know what? I think what I want to do is I want to come into one of these shimmery shades here and maybe pop that right in the middle of my lid, and that works best either wet on a brush or with your finger. So I'm going to take this one. That's called Vermeer, I think. All right, so here's Vermeer, and right in the center of my lid, I'm just going to pop that down. Let's get the burnt orange. And you remember we left off the darker orange here, so I'm just going to take this burnt orange and sweep it the rest of the way. So it's a little lighter than the outside. Okay, so we see what we got going on here? So the rest of this is going to be sped up, okay? Now that I've explained what I did to my eye, I'm going to do it on the other eye, finish my makeup, okay? Again. mean, this seriously, I don't even know what to say about this thing. Other than, I hate the packaging. But what is inside here is glorious goodness like no other. I seriously have to make myself stop reaching for this palette every day. All right then. So if you guys aren't having a blessed day, please go out and be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you. See ya. Bye.
Everybody over the last 2.5 years, stuff is going under the desk. You know why? I'll tell you why. It's because I'm Butterfingers. That's right, I'm Butterfingers. And now you're gonna have to be careful, because when you get colors that are this dark and this finely milled, and that's why we're doing it before we put on the foundation, it's probably gonna get on your eye.